Okay, so now we're going to move on to our second investigation that we have here, which is involving the interception of hazardous chemical shipments. So these chemicals were involved in the precursor processes for narcotics, so they're obviously of very interest to us. So I'm going to open this up, and we can see that here I have a different view of my solution packs, which is purely showing me on this case that which are the shipments involving those precursor chemicals. So it allows me to jump straight into where I want to be. So if I send those straight to the canvas, we can see that I have two shipments involving pseudoephedrine and phenylalaninic acid. And if I go look at the details, we can see that this has pulled out the shipping contents, the manifest and whatnot. And where that's come from is actually the hazardous chemicals and substances and the driver manifest. So who's got these and who's shipping them. And from the information that we have in our case data, we can start to expand this out. So we see we have the shipping codes. Here we go, we have another one. And the solution pack that we have loaded here allows me to also explore the companies that these are registered to. So if I expand these out, it actually resolves for me the companies that are involved in these shipments. So we've pulled those out, and we see that we have a common driver on both of these. So we have all the other shipments that are involved, so we can actually go and see, do we have any other shipments that involve Jesse Pinkman? And we can see here we have one involving phenylacetone. If I go and expand that, again, we start to see we have the same information. Again, we have another shipping code, which company is that related to. Here we go, it's the General Electric Group. And I can also expand out and see the actual shipping form itself. So if I see here, we see we have all the metadata we would expect from Nuix processing, and I can also go and see the form itself, which we have a barcode and we have the address details all pulled out for us. So we've identified now that we have two shipments that we know about as having problems, and also a third shipment that we should go and pay more attention to, all having Jesse Pinkman in common. So if I now go and expand that driver database that he's listed in, we can see what do we know about him. We have his social security number, we have his phone number being pulled out, and we can see that he's registered with the company Fastmove, as all drivers from the ports must be registered. We can actually also go and see who else we have registered with that same company. We can see we have a James Hamilton, we have a Nick Reynolds, and similarly we can expand these as well to give me their same details, the phone numbers and their social security numbers. So we see we've got those there. We can tidy that up slightly. Okay, so now when we with this information, we can go over to the ports and actually have a discussion with the Fastmove company and see what they know about these people and if they have any information pertaining to these shipments. Given the sensitivity of these, we might also want to investigate the network side and deploy an SMS and phone tracker. So I've actually got one of these already loaded here, so I can actually bring in the information from the Stinger data, and we see if I go and add those on, we actually have some messages here we can go and add on to the canvas. And here we go, we can see that we have some text messages. We have, here we go, we have a message going out from a phone here and also being received there. And we can see that this has come off the phone number that's registered to Jesse Pinkman. And if we expand these out, we can see that we have people and we have phone numbers related to that. And if we look at this phone number in particular here, we can see that this is a phone number that is recorded in the intelligence database. This symbol here indicates that we have an IDB match. So this phone number is notable. It has been brought in from other cases, so we should pay particular attention to this. And we can see that this is associated with a person called Percy Shelley. So if we just go and check that message again, we can see that it's a text message from Percy Shelley saying it's been at the Ports Authority. Looks like it's in. I don't know what the it is. And then, are you getting this one? So the other message is a response saying no probs, either James or me. So we can see that the people entities that have come out of here, we have James, we have Jesse. So Jesse is quite clearly the Jesse that we already know. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw the link on that. So what I can do is I can manually create the link here now between Jesse here and Jesse Pinkman here, just to relate them to as being the same person. And similarly, I can also relate that the James that we have here is James Hamilton here. So we can actually put those relationships in place. So what we've identified here is that we have a driver that's working through fast move at the ports, has been involved in the shipments of some precursor chemicals. We've also identified another shipment that we weren't originally aware of, and we can also see that we have a known person that is also looking for us to be involved in some further action, which we're not quite sure at this stage what that is, but we do know the person's involved with that, so we know what our next steps will be.